Well, authors of TV or movie talk. Do you want to talk about House of the Dragons?
Um, there's really nothing to talk about. The last episode was bullshit.
Yeah, they jinxed us because I thought it was going to be a battle
They
at
ain't
the
even
end.
they ain't even let the war start. And the
Yeah,
episode before that was leading up to they showed the soldiers marching, they showed the man chasing the other dude, the dragon, then stop. Like it was all about to go down. And then for the last episode to be some bullshit, I think everybody online was pissed off about that.
yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna see a battle or whatever, and like nothing happened. Well, the girl did finally find the dragon that she was looking for. I forget the name of it.
The wild dragon, yeah.
Yeah, she found that one.
Now I was confused. Why was she running like that? Was they trying to kill her?
No,
Because I remember she was with that whatever that kingdom was, or whatever, and then I remember that she left. But I don't
yeah,
remember and I saw like I remember the soldiers got all burnt to crisp. But why was she running? Like where she didn't have a ride, then she come on a dragon?
no, yeah, but remember she was there to deliver the eggs to
Right.
the
I
woman.
remember that. I remember
And
that.
remember she left remember she had said something. She was going around and she seen like remnants of a dragon, so
Mm-hmm.
she had
Yeah.
asked the lady, was it a dragon? But the lady never mentioned that. See, the thing was she didn't have any dragons, but the lady
Right.
never mentioned that it was a wild dragon around. So she had said something to the lady about it, and she was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her mission when she left, was to find that
Oh,
dragon.
okay.
Yeah, that was her mission. So, like you said, nothing really happened. It's really nothing much to talk about. It's still a good show or whatever, but no battle or anything
It was a
happened.
weak last episode. And it's not even if they go to battle, it's not really a battle because my man is by himself. He don't got no other writers with him.
Right.
And then you got the other girl. She got about at least like six dragons.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, I think that it was HBO told them to cut this short, but they probably written another episode where they had the battle in it.
Mm-hmm.
But HBO probably told them no, cut this short to only 8 episodes, and
Well, that's what
that's
they're
what
doing now.
happened.
Before it used to be 10 to 12 episodes for the season. On I'm talking about any show. Now you're
Right,
seeing less. It's like six, and then they're doing this little halfway break thing, and then coming back with the other six.
right. Mm-hmm. Well, anything else at House of the Dragons you want to talk about?
Uh Not really.
What about 60 Days In? You want to talk about that?
This had to be like the most boring episode ever. And
Oh,
I told Shay the only reason Charlotte is apologizing and making friends with everybody because she don't want to get beat up in the streets. Somebody get out of jail and run into her. They're gonna tear her ass up because she's terrorizing everybody for no reason.
who's Charlotte?
The crazy one, the older lady. She's on the show.
Oh,
She
with the glasses
apologized.
you talking about? With the
She had
glasses.
glasses. She didn't have glasses. She's on the show.
Scarlet.
You
Oh, okay. I thought you said Charlotte. Scarlet. You
yeah.
said. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was acting all tough, thinking she can like bully everybody and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, yeah, you're right. And wide ass. She was like a pain in the ass, but she turned out to be all right towards at the end. Uh,
Yeah.
uh. It's like you had a bunch of people on there and they didn't really get it. They didn't really do much.
Right.
Like
Well, me and Shay said the same thing. Ain't nobody do nothing.
right. It was the wrong jail to send them to.
Well, that's like a crackhead, Joe. Everybody in there was a fucking meth head and something like that.
Yes.
And
It
the one girl, how do you go to sleep and then wake up your tooth missing?
AB. No,
That was the
she
dumbest thing I ever heard. She don't know if she
mhm.
swallowed her tooth. It ain't no blood going on. Did you have a loose tooth before you went to bed? Like it didn't make sense. And as soon as she
Mhm.
got out, you heard no more about this tooth pain.
Yeah. Mhm. And Quell, he didn't that was like a damn resort. He didn't really get to do
Right,
much
and that's what I said.
anyway.
I said he ain't do nothing because as soon as he got there, they moved him to the little joint where they in the flowers and the stuff like that, planting stuff and
R-
chilling. And then
Right.
out of no time, he was putting them out. It's like some of these people don't even seem like they did 60 days.
Right. And the only thing he know is that the inmates could be hiding drugs in the plants
Mm-hmm.
as you was talking about. But like you said, everybody on there is addicted to meth and all that
Right.
stuff. It wasn't really that's not a jail where it was different a whole but people was in there for a different type of reason, especially the women. They all was on well, you got the one woman that was a fraud, Luna. But everybody else was like on meth and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the drill sergeant, correction officer guy. Man, he was complaining and bitching like he's a little hoe or something.
And you know, I thought about you when he was complaining. Brian is his name. When he complained about the toilet tissue in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the toilet is so hard. You in jail. What do you expect? What
Mm-hmm.
you want?
And I said he's doing so much complaining about talking. Oh my prison got some softer tissue than this. Talking about he would cut his ass. Look, how about this? I didn't see no toilet paper in your little goodie bag. I'm pretty sure they had it on the list. But you bought
Yes.
all them snacks, candy bars. You bought $10 headphones, and then mad they not Beats. Like what is wrong with you? $10 headphones. He was
And how,
complaining so much. I was like, this dude couldn't have been no drill sergeant.
yeah, and one of them don't work anymore. One ear don't work
That
anymore.
damn free airport headphones. You won't be complaining.
Right. Anything else on 60 days?
Uh, and then the other guy's an idiot because he had his name on his chest. If that was the case, you would have covered. You would have never had your shirt off. Just keep your shirt on.
Right. Hmm. And you know, it's another thing about Brian. You always only notice that he only just stayed in his room.
Yeah, he ain't do shit.
Right. He just stayed in his room and really didn't do much.
Stood at the doorway looking at people and complaining.
Right. Right. Anything else on 60 days?
Mm-mm.
Anything else TV wise?
Uh, I'm watching Naked and Afraid. You don't watch that. It's like the
Mm.
challenge show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got The Walking Dead, Dead City.
Which one is this?
This is Negan and the girl, the cowboy daughter. I mean the farmer's daughter.
Oh, see, I looked at the first episode and I looked at the last episode because I
Oh.
said, like, look, I can get the gist of what happened during the season if I
You
just
can, but it's
watch
only
it.
like 6 or 8 episodes. I figure I can watch this on my way at work or whatever. I
Yeah.
only watched 2 episodes so far, and I like it. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Anything else?
Uh, Nothing I can think of.
All right, so I took Philip's advice and I watched Tell Him You Love Me. I'm gonna give you the synopsis that Wikipedia said. It's a documentary film that details the case against Anna Stubblefield, a Rutgers University professor convicted in 2015 of sexually abusing Derek Johnson, a nonverbal cerebral palsy sufferer who she was allegedly supporting through facilitated communication. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think that me and Philip had the same thoughts about this case. So I'm gonna hand it to you, sir, first.
No, no, no. Since you just watched it and you fresh, you go ahead and then I'll jump in.
I think, and then another thing about you is when you said that the women at work had something different to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have conversations with women about this subject because they
Well,
all
I
gonna think
mean,
it's.
I
Go ahead.
only work with females, so I got to have a conversation with female if I want to talk
E-
about movies or TV shows.
e-
And
e-
they know I watch documentaries, so anytime they see a documentary, they always referring to me about it, and they want to have my input.
and yeah, they all gonna think it's disgusting and like she's a predator and all that shit. Uh, uh. Second of all, everybody's seen this documentary. I didn't know anything about it until you said something. Because when I ask people, they say, "Oh yeah, that came on Netflix like quite a while, a couple of months back." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, I ain't know anything about it until Philip had said something about it." My thoughts is, I think that
Wait,
it
wait, wait,
made.
wait, 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 wait. Let me ask you something. Do you
Mhm.
think do you think that word machine technology works? Yes or no?
Yes. Neo is a device that they were
Okay,
using.
okay,
Neo, I don't know why I got to explain this to everybody about it because they all seen it. Neo is like a kind of like a speak and spell type of instrument. It's like
right.
a keyboard with like with a little screen on it. And I think he was communicating with her, and here's why: because of the name D Man. Because remember, she had asked him
Mm-hmm.
what she want to call him, and he wrote D Man on it.
Yep, and she didn't
So
know nothing about that.
right. So she asked the mom, where did D Man come from? And she said, oh yeah, some teacher back in the day used to call him D Man, and he liked the teacher and
Mm-hmm.
liked him calling him that. So where do we if he wasn't communicating through this device, where did she get the name D Man from? Because my mom and my sister, they all seen it. But
Mm-hmm.
they can't have conversation about it because they only thinking about, oh, she took advantage of someone that's disabled. I said, "Well, Mom, how did she get the name D-Man if they weren't communicating with each other?" And
Mm-hmm.
then remember the girl that was helping him with his work.
The teacher assistant.
Yeah, and
Yep.
she was like, "How he
So
got
right.
better."
So the professor wasn't even there for those.
Right,
So he's writing reports, helping her. She's helping him, but he's doing all the reports. She's like, I didn't even read the books. So it definitely worked, even though a lot of women think that it don't work and it's all bullshit.
right,
They had handicapped people on that show that vouch for it, saying it do work, and then they bring a doctor out. This doctor already had his mindset that it was bullshit. So why
right.
listen to anything he got to say? You have to have somebody that's on neutral, that don't have no say on either side. Then they can look at the evidence and then make a decision. But he was already down in it before he even looked at it.
Well, the problem with her was Anna. The problem. My only thing is to me, she's only guilty of adultery. Now, adultery isn't a charge or whatever, but she was wrong for doing that against her husband. But
And I agree.
the thing about she started to be overbearing, and the mom was already overbearing and protective of him anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
there was the conflict right there. That's what they all got mad at her at, especially with the church thing when she was listening to church music and she turned the radio off and
Mm-hmm.
put on classical music and all that stuff. That's what it was. It was the battle between the mom and Anna. That's what started all this shit. Why they
Well,
all
see,
got mad at each other.
the mom was mad because she was doing so much for him, and then Anna came out of nowhere, and then he took to Anna, and they were spending a lot of time together, so she felt like she was getting pushed out the door.
Right.
He was becoming more independent and spending more time with Anna than spending time with her. So that's why
Right.
she had a grudge against Anna from the rip, even before she even found out they was messing around.
And I had said something to my mom. I said, "Mom, it looks like my man was like plotting on her from the jump. He started
Uh-huh.
talking. He started talking all that stuff. To, oh, no, he was. No, he was being abused.
Well, that's what a lot of people were saying, and a lot of the women were saying that he was being abused, and everything that she was saying, he said was really her own thoughts saying that about herself. And I
Right.
think that's BS. Because do you remember when the brother was like, I was with him, and I said like, do you want a beer? I don't know if he typed it or what, but some kind of way he verbalized to his brother that he
That
wanted
he drink
wine. He don't mess with the
wine.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
she wasn't there for that occasion. So how was he able to say that?
And then he goes, well, how in the world would he want wine and he don't drink the communion at church? First of all, that's not wine.
Fucking grape juice, exactly.
Right. That's not wine. So what are you talking about? Maybe my man did want wine.
Hmm.
And I
And
and I think that he was communicating, he was intelligent. And remember he went all over those speaking tours and all that stuff.
hmm
Now when all these speaking tours was she obviously that they had to have already something written down or whatever for him to speak at these tours.
hmm
He couldn't, type in every word, you know what I mean,
right.
when he had these. So who was did anybody else see them doing that with each other?
hmm
So
And
I
then and it's weird because even when the doctor was fucking with him and asking him stuff, I think my man is playing games first off.
yeah, especially
Because
I thought about that too.
even though
Yeah.
he's messed up, it's certain stuff where he uses advantage of being messed up to throw people off. And then
Like
other
when he
times he's acting real smart.
like when he did that with the doctor with the
Right, the test. He didn't give a
hanger.
shit about that test.
No, he didn't care.
Hmm. And when she of course she slept with him. That was the first time he got with a chick. So of course he probably was in love with her after that. And probably before that, he probably was rubbing on her hand and shit like that, letting him know what was up. And I
Right.
just thought it was wrong for the mom to say, like, where did he get this from? I walked in on him, he's beating. Oh, he's a man. Like as
30
soon as
30
later,
years old.
that's what I'm saying. As soon as and I tell Shay the same thing. I was like, as soon and I don't know if it was Shay or the girls at work, but I was saying the same thing. I was like, he's a man. You either gonna beat off or you gonna get you some, but it's coming out. You're not gonna just keep getting built up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now he got to take drugs so he don't get a bonus, so he can't have sex, like so he can't beat off. I was like, that's ridiculous. The mom should not be putting him on drugs.
Hmm.
That
And
was a fucked
then
up story.
and then with the brother, what's all this black white shit? I mean, the woman, you see her in every scene. She got a white woman's haircut that mess with black men.
Hmm.
You know that short haircut, like
Hmm.
mess with, and she had the husband was black, and she has biracial children. So what's this all this black and white shit from? The brother keeps bringing up race. What does race got to do with anything?
The thing was, the mom was going to work and didn't really have a lot of time for him. So the time that she did have, she wanted to spend with him, but Anna was taking that time. The brother didn't really spend a lot of time with him either. But then y'all getting mad that this lady is spending a lot of time with him.
right.
She
And
got locked, and then she got locked up. But you see, they dropped the charges, and she got sent right back home or something,
that's what
early
I was
release or something.
that's what I was just about to say.
Right,
Now
because
they
they probably proved that it wasn't really all her.
no. What happened was, which is the dumbest thing ever, that they didn't allow the machine, the Neo, admissible in court. The case is all about the way they
Right,
communicated through this
right.
device. So how the hell this is not admissible in court? So she got convicted for 15 years, or was it 12 years? I want to say it was 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
She got convicted for 12 years, and the board, the New Jersey board, overturned the conviction because wasn't a fair trial. I'm like,
Right.
well, she was screwed from the jump. If they're not going
Mm-hmm.
to allow the device, we
That was
talk
what the
through this
whole case
community.
was about.
Right. We talk through this device, and we can't use this device as admissible in court. That doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, she got 2 years. She
But
she
like
got out in
some
2 years. Go
some
ahead.
of the girls were saying like they don't think he said anything. That was just all the lady on her own doing all that stuff.
Well, ask them where did the name D Man come from.
I did, but they couldn't speak on it. But they don't care if they can speak on it or not. They just stick to their opinion.
Right. I said the same thing to my mom and my sister, and my sister said, "Stop making excuses for her." Said, "I'm not making an excuse. Where
Right.
did the name D Man come from? If he wasn't communicating through this device, where did the name D Man come from?"
There's three different Jones that we mentioned: the D man, the teacher assistant, and then he wanted wine talking to the brother instead of the beer. Those
Right.
three things. If you can't explain those three, then y'all that means that machine is working.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, like you said, the other doctor, the dude was just playing with the.
Yeah, playing stupid with the doctor.
Yep. Well, it's not like he can hear, so he
Mm,
probably already heard the doctor talking and all that stuff anyway. He said, "Well, look, I'm just gonna give him what he want."
yeah,
Hmm.
it was a
So
good
yeah,
documentary
yeah,
though.
good documentary, right? And I tried to go on YouTube to see if people had the same opinions that we just had, because I figured
No, you
when
got
you
to go on Reddit.
okay, when you
Reddit
said
talk about everything.
that when you was talking about the your coworker and
Hmm.
you had different opinions last time
Hmm.
we did this. I was thinking about that when I was looking at it. I said, I guarantee you we got the same thoughts
Yep.
about this. I
And
guarantee.
it's like the men thinking one way and the women thinking the other way.
Yep. Little D Man is D Man plotting on that girl, plotting on the lady too. And I see, like, at the end where she was had her house and stuff, I see
Hmm.
she got a nice little backyard there.
Hmm. And another thing is, even the mom said this. Ever since they separated that lady from him, he's been going downhill. Like he's
Hmm.
wilding out, acting crazy, don't want to do nothing. Like obviously, she had like a positive impact on his life. He wanted to be with her. He wanted to be around her. He
Right.
enjoyed her company and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right. So they just gave up on him using that device.
Right. So now he's just all doped up, sitting in the room with the mom.
Right. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good documentary. I was on her side. Like I say, the only thing she did wrong was adultery. And another thing she did wrong too is she shouldn't have had relations with him in her office, because
Yeah.
they get freaked out about stuff, having
Hmm.
sex like that in the office. And then it's so funny. It's so funny when the brother was talking about the rug burns. Like, where did he get all these
Hmm.
burns on his back? And I'm saying to myself, I can guess why. I
Uh-huh.
can guess
He
how.
rocking and rolling on that rug. That's what he doing.
Yeah, no, she should never. That's two things: the adultery and having sex with him in the office like that. She could have just went to a hotel or something. They could have just went away or something
Hmm.
or whatever and did that. But no, I believe that she was communicating with him through that device.
Yeah. And on top of that, you had other people that was messed up that had disabilities that was using it and they vouched for it and they was using it on a regular. So how they
Right.
using it and they fine, but you want to tell us it don't work.
Exactly. And then what about the other test? I think it was like Frontline, where they did that little documentary where the doctor was having pictures and whatever, and the people
Hmm.
couldn't say what picture it was and all
Hmm.
that stuff. Like, sometimes people might not, maybe the person, what's the frame of mind of this person? Maybe they don't feel like doing it
Hmm.
that day. You just never know. They're not dogs. They're human beings.
Right. Well, a lot of times you have these doctors and stuff, and they have one way, and they went to school to learn all this. And when another way come out, they don't want to hear that shit because you didn't go the same route I went to. You don't know what I went to. You don't got the degrees that I went to. I'm not trying to open my mind to other possibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't wait to talk to you about this film too. I ain't know anything about it until you had said something, but everybody seemed to look at it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, like I say, I believe that she was communicating with that device. The woman is very intelligent too, by the way,
Yeah,
Anna.
she's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anything else?
it's hard.
Oh, good.
It's hard for me to believe that she was making all that up in her head. It's just too much. But a
Right.
lot of my coworkers were saying they believed that she was making everything up, and I think Shay said the same thing.
Well, the D
And they
man.
don't
That's
they don't
all I
look
want
at
to
they
know.
don't look at the evidence and that I brought up though. You know what I mean? They
Right.
just this is their mindset. They don't care about what evidence or whatever says. This is what they say, and this is what they sticking with.
Right. All I want to know is where D man come from. Is she a psychic? Because how would she know that?
Because he told
The
her
the
with that
family,
device.
right? The family ain't never called him D man.
Mm-hmm.
The family called him Derek. The only one that called him D man was the darn teacher like years ago. That he liked
Mm-hmm.
the teacher because the teacher called him D man.
Yep.
Well, anything else movie wise?
Movies. No, I do want to see Wolverine. Did you watch that yet?
Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw it when it first came out. I didn't really want to talk about it because it was
It's
still
cool because
new.
I didn't see it yet.
Uh good movie.
On a
Good
scale of 1 to
movie.
10, what you give it?
I give it a 7, and I take away from it because of the jokes they were
Well, that's Deadpool. He
having.
always about jokey joke.
No,
That's why
no,
I
no,
wasn't really a
no.
fan of him.
No, it wasn't. It was the type of jokes. I'll tell you about it after we're done. I'll tell you. It's some
Well,
another story.
you ain't got to give me nothing on it. I just want to rate because I do want to watch it. I don't want you to mess it up because once you go on for tangent and don't stop. Next thing I know the whole movie before I even see it.
Thanks a lot, sir. But the see, you never watched Low Key. You watch Low. You never watched Low Key, right?
I watched a couple episodes. I didn't stick with it.
Okay, so the movie kind of get into like low key, like timeline stuff.
Can you just say Loki and not low
Low
key?
low
Like it's
key
two words.
timeline
Okay.
stuff. Because it's a wrestler that name was Low Key, and I always every time when I think about the show, I always think about this wrestler. But his name was Lo Low Key.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, you said nothing else movie wise, right?
No.
Yeah, that's the only movie I seen was Tell Me You Love Me. So, all right, y'all, we get out of here. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube at PNL Judgementals, Instagram at the2_ Judgementals, or you can email us at PNLJudgementals@gmail.com. All right, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.